I'm a little upset at this run, except for different reasons than I was upset at the last one. The last one, I was upset because of the fact that somebody passed me at the end of the race. So I determined that during this race, there's no way I'm going to be looking in front of me, behind me, left, right. Like nobody's going to pass me, and that's just not happening. This was a different type of race, though. I'll explain why it was a different type of race. It was a race with a run club. So if you don't know anything about running and organized runs has become a thing. Like I think some years ago, people didn't do organized runs unless they were trying to qualify for like the New York City Marathon or the Boston Marathon. Running has now become a thing for everyone. So you'll go to a run of any distance, 1 mile, 5 mile, 10 mile, whatever it is, and you'll see all shapes and sizes, all different preparation levels. You'll see people with different handicaps. You'll see families going together. You'll see people pushing baby strollers. You'll see all kinds of people in the runs, right? Because that's just a popular thing that people are doing these days, which I think is awesome, right? What was the point of me saying all that? I was talking about why I'm a little bit pissed about today. Everything about the run today was excellent. The reason I mentioned that thing about everybody doing runs these days is because when I enter into like the Roosevelt Field Island, which is like an island here in New York City, if I enter into one of those, there will be 1,000 people doing the race. There will be like 100 to 200 people that are going to finish with extremely fast times that I could never even hope to catch. And then there's going to be this group of like 800 that I'm probably going to finish within. So if there was 1,000 people in one of those huge runs, I'd probably finish maybe 300 to 400th place, something like that. When you get into a run with a run club that is part of a run club series, which is what I did today, most of the people know each other, train together, run often, and know the actual course. Like they practice on the course. So that means if you are not somebody who is a part of that run club, who knows the course, or at the very least is somebody who trains on a very regular basis, running wise, not just any kind of training, but specifically endurance running at that distance, you're not going to be one of the fastest people in that race. And that was the case today. I don't know how many people entered the race. I want to say it was less than 100. And I finished in 59th. The reason I'm pissed is because I never get a medal. They always have these different qualifiers for a medal. Sometimes it's like top 3 overall, or sometimes it's top male and top female. Sometimes it's the first place finisher, booger right side. Let's see. All right. Sorry, y'all. Anyways, here we go. So, as I was saying, sometimes it's like top male, sometimes it's top female. Could you shout out my friend? You want to get a block too? Anyways, so basically top male, top female, but today was top 3 in each age group. So they have like different age groups of, I think it started at 15 to 20, 20 to 24, like 25 to 29. I finished in second in my age group. So that qualified me for a medal. But I walked over to my car because I'm like, I never qualify for a medal. So I happened to look, and it gave me like my race time, my finish time, and it was like second place in your age group. So I was like, oh shoot, I qualify for a medal. So I ran all the way back there, and they were all packed up, so I didn't get my medal. I mean, the medal was one of those little red, white, and blue rinky-dink things that you could buy at a dollar store. But man, give me my medal. I finished in second place in my age group. I don't care if it was two of us. I don't know how many of us were in there, but I qualified for the medal and I left without the medal. Aside from that, I don't know who Jace is. People, you know what? I don't mind shouting people out, but sometimes people tell me to shout out people who are like criminals and people that I shouldn't be shouting out. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I should sue them. I know I should sue them. I should definitely sue them. That's not fair. That's not fair for me to have earned my stripes and left without a medal. But give me 1 second. Oh, there's no traffic heading back. So I got a very quick ride back. You know, there's just been a weird influx of people on my channel these days, because for whatever reason I was going on these lives and then there would be like 1, 2, 3 people on here. Now there will be people that'll jump on and be like, "Booger, left side of your nose, you got a gray beard hair." I'm like, gee, thanks for that information. I didn't know that. Can you shout me out? Sue their pants off bestie. Oh, they all left. Yeah, so anyways, what I was originally gonna say, aside from my rant about not getting my medal that I earned, which I am gonna contact them about, I'm gonna be like, hey, I know that I left the race, but is it possible for me to get that medal that I earned? You know, I actually drove one time because I earned a medal in some other race. I finished in first place in my age group out of 2 people and earned a medal. And the place that held the medal for me was like 40 minutes away. I got in my car and I drove to get that medal, because there are certain races, like a Spartan race, you cross the finish line, you are guaranteed to get that medal. Races like these, you are not guaranteed a medal. You get a medal based on performance. This message is being held for review. Okay, where are we here? Let us permanently block this person from the channel. Cool. Okay. Hi, Gail. Yeah, so what I was saying though is that when you join a run with a small run club like this, you know that unless you're really a runner like that, you're not going to finish with one of the best times. I did not by any means finish with one of the best times overall. There was lots of people ahead of me. There was people that were twice my age that were smoking me at this race, and I couldn't catch up to them. It is what it is. But because the overall pace of the race was faster than the typical races that I enter, where I feel like I'm more top third of the pack, I finished with the fastest time that I've finished in quite some time, because I have just not actively been running over the past year. I'm just getting back into running. How do I see zero people on here, but then I see people in the comment section? YouTube is weird. I think since the time that YouTube demonetized me, they also took me out of the algorithm. So they do weird things to play games with you once you are not in good standings. Thanks, YouTube. Oh, thank you for my virtual medal. Although I still wish I had a medal to put around my neck. But it is what it is. Yeah, but I would say the lesson for today that I got out of this is, when you do things with people who can do them better than you, faster than you. Don't think of it as you lost because you can't beat them or because you didn't beat them. Think of it as you stepped up your game to do better than you would have done if you go into an average pack of people who are slower than you or the same pace as you. I'm half your age, but I'm very much in bad shape. But I wish I was still the age that I could eat the way that you eat and not be like 400 pounds. Matter of fact, I remember that time period where you're supposed to be kind of prime shape. That was not the case for me. My metabolism slowed down at like 18, 19, and I gained a whole bunch of weight. I spent a lot of my high school years really skinny. Then all of a sudden when I turned 18, my metabolism was like, psych, I lied. That is not going to be you in adulthood, sir. And now I'm at a point where I have to work for everything. I have to work for everything. You're eating Oreos right now. It's doing that thing again. It's doing that thing that Cass was talking about. Did I pray today? You know, I must be somewhere in the algorithm because lately, like I said, every time I pop on here, people jump on and say random things. And there was a point in time where that wasn't happening for a while. So even though I'm not in YouTube's good graces, I'm in good enough graces that YouTube can direct randomness to my page. Yeah, but outside of that, I'm putting all these races on my schedule because my birthday is coming up in not too long. In about let's see, we're July, August, September, October. My birthday is in under 3 months. So every year for probably the past 3 years, maybe 4 years, I've done like a birthday photo shoot. And most of those photo shoots have been business attire or business casual attire. This year I want to do a fitness shoot, but that depends on what my fitness level is at that time. So I'm hoping to turn my fitness back around, turn back the clock, and to regain some of what I've lost. And hopefully by that time, I'm going to feel good enough that I can specifically make that a fitness shoot. So that's a goal of mine. I have multiple different races coming up between now and then. I'm adding as many to my schedule as I can because when I say as many, I suck at running when I have a start line and a finish line. So in other words, when I try to run in my training, I do it. But if I was to go on that same course and it was not a race and there was not people that I was trying to beat, I would probably do that same race 10 minutes slower than what I did today. It's something about having people around me and having competition that just makes me better, faster, stronger at whatever I'm doing. It's my birthday year. For anyone who watches Big Brother, I told her that she was cracking me up with that. 2 things. When she injured her ankle, she twisted her ankle, I think the first day in the first HOH competition. And then, you can't get me out on my birthday month. You can't get me out on my birthday year. And it was like a running joke about her birthday and how you can't get her out on her birthday. It's my birthday year. It's my birthday year this year, so you can't get me out on my birthday year. Inside joke, because I know that a lot of people don't watch Big Brother from this channel. Although, most of the people that started following me on this channel were when I started covering Big Brother. So I went from like 50 something subscribers to 12 to 1300 just based on covering Big Brother. And then I probably gained another like 300 to 400 covering some other reality TV shows. And then after that, my mental health content gained me the rest. Probably about 40% of the people that follow this page started following when I was just putting up the mental health content. I wouldn't say 40%. I would say 30%. And then the 10% that I gained from my YouTube shorts that got my channel demonetized. Yeah, I probably gained about 200 people from YouTube shorts. I would give those 200 people up, because the people that you get from your YouTube shorts are not consistent commenters anyway. They don't come back. They just watch the video, talk some trash, subscribe. They might subscribe to your channel, and that might be the only time that they ever comment. So I would trade those people that I gained that cost me my $22 to $23 per month that YouTube has been granting me so graciously. It's all good though. It's all good in the hood. What I'm trying to do, for those who wonder about what I'm doing with this channel, I said I was originally gonna drop this channel, but I have one thing that I'm trying to do, which is to keep putting up videos here and there to keep the page in the algorithm, because it is eligible for monetization again in September. I'm gonna do the reapplication. If the reapplication is not successful, I'm gonna take whatever I think is useful from this channel, download it, save it, repost it somewhere else, delete it from YouTube. That's what I'm gonna do, because I've already maxed out really what I'm gonna get from this channel. I think that YouTube frankly has gotten a lot more from me than what I have gotten from them. I've gotten a few dollars. There was a couple of months that YouTube was like mildly lucrative during Big Brother 24. I found that the channel was the most lucrative and the most active for me, but I've never really replicated that same type of viewership, super chats, all that kind of stuff. It is what it is. Maybe I need to get on a TV show or create a TV show in order to make that happen. I always talk about that, but for some reason I just never have put pen to paper and just really made that happen. I think part of that is because low budget. I don't really have the budget, but I'm sure people have started things using what they have and building from there. As a matter of fact, for anyone who remembers the videos that I was putting up in 2022, I was sitting in my living room. I had no camera equipment. I don't even think I had a working computer at that time. I was going live with my phone. I had no webcam. People were laughing at me about the quality of my videos, but they were still continuously coming to watch those videos. And it was just me sitting in the living room holding up my phone. And it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm going to get to these comments. I am going to get to these comments. I'm about 10 minutes or so, 8 to 10 minutes from being off the road. So that's when I'm actually going to be able to read these comments. And so right now I'm just doing my best monologue act. At one time before the pandemic started, I was doing open mic nights like once a week, and that was one of my favorite things to do. All I would do is I would just get up there. I'm gonna play such and and then I'd get up and play the song and sit down. And that was from my training of doing recitals from when I was a kid. When I was a kid and I was doing the recital, you go and you stand up front, you say, I'm going to play such and such piece by such and such person, composer, and then you just get up there and you play, and then you bow actually, and then you sit down. So I didn't do the bow, but I definitely got up and said, I'm going to play this piece, and then I would just play the piece, sit down. But then I started to make it a thing where I would get up there and speak for like the 5 minutes or so. And somebody interviewed me once, like 4 years ago, and I was talking to them about that. And I said to them, they said, oh, that's interesting. Why did you add a speaking portion to your open mics before you play? And I said, have you ever stood up in front of a group of people with a speaker and a saxophone? Automatically you have everybody's attention, even if you happen to be terrible. They're like, oh, it's a saxophone. We don't see too many of these at open mics. Like most of the open mics that I have been to, the most that you're gonna get is usually singers and guitarists. So I go up there and I always, when I look around and I don't see another saxophone, I tell everybody, this is about to be the best saxophone performance of the night. And at first they're thinking to themselves, wow, that's kind of an arrogant thing to say. But then they kind of realize, oh, there were no other saxophone players here. So that was actually a funny joke that he told that I didn't know was a joke. But yeah, I started adding that in. That's a part of my life that is severely missing. I miss doing open mics. I used to do them weekly, like I said. I guess YouTube in some small way has, I'm not going to say replace that because it can't really be replaced, but YouTube has in some small drop in the bucket type of way fulfilled this part of my life that it has sucked to not have in my life. Okay. See if I can read some of these. It's the Ma Hour. If you have been blessed, thumbs up. My birthday is less than 3 months off. Dad and Grandma and your birthday were all in July. You can't touch me the entire summer. Don't delete the channel regardless of monetization. I don't know if I would delete the channel, but I would probably delete some of the content off the channel because I'm not going to let YouTube make money off of videos that I've made on the channel that I can't make money off of. That's crazy if you think about it. Like, they can still make money off of my videos and I cannot. That is wild. That is wild. I wish I could talk to whoever. Well, I guess the creator of YouTube probably sold YouTube. I knew who was the creator of YouTube at one point. I just forgot because it's not significantly important to me. But the YouTube system is not particularly fair. Especially now, like YouTube used to be the wild, wild west of money making. A lot of people don't know this, but I used to make decent money on YouTube before the YouTube partnership program. Like, there was one point in time when I was making $200 to $300 a month with the same kind of content that they will ban your channel for now. Because back then, YouTube was like the wild, wild west of money making. You could put up anything. Like, I could watch something on ESPN and take a video of it and put it online, and I could get 1 million views off of that video from whatever I saw on TV, or I could repost something that somebody already posted. I mean, I understand why that's not possible anymore, but I'm telling you, there was a year very early in the YouTube monetization days where I must have made what, I mean, it's not like it was paying that much money, but I must have made at least 5,000 for the year or more, and I have never made that much since the YouTube partnership program. They pay you like pennies on the dollar for what you make for them. Yeah, well, not just that. I mean, I'm not going to say that I was just reposting content when I went to concerts or when I went to sporting events or when I went to different things. I would take videos there also and get views off of that. I mean, technically that's not my content either, but if I went to a basketball game right now and took a video on my phone and put it up, that could be monetized. If I took a video of the entire game, then that couldn't be monetized. But if I was sitting there and I took like a 2-minute clip of myself in the stands and I took a little clip of the game, then I could make money off of that, if you know what I'm saying. I am hungry. Have you ever had stomach pains when you're hungry? This is my stomach. And to leave without my medal was heartbreaking. I don't get medals as an adult. To leave without my medal was so heartbreaking. I'm literally going to email them when I get home and be like, hey, did I qualify for a medal? They're probably going to be like, you had to collect the medal while you were here, otherwise you can't get it. But I kind of assume, since this is not some personalized medal that has my name engraved into it, that I can probably go pick that medal up from that location. And they have races there. They have races there every single week. And I'm going to be going to do another one. But I'm going to email them. I'm going to email them regardless. And figure out, okay, it's a Wednesday, right? Comment, subscribe. Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk again soon.